and gentlemen, please help us welcome our MC, Tim Gard, for the Secret Service Summit.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It's going to be a great day today. We're going to have fun. Fun is a really good thing to have. And my job to kind of start it off here is to remind you about all the fun we've had in the past. Mike Rayburn, probably one of the greatest guitarists of all time, he's not here. Dan Thurman did a handstand on the podium. I'm not doing that either. And then he did a tumbling run, and I'm not doing that. Tell you what we are going to do, though, is we're going to have fun. We're going to look at the app here. Is everybody on the app? Signed up on the app? Oh, come on, get on the app. If you're not on the app, you're not having fun. We're going to have fun here. What we're going to start off today with, I thought would be something unique, is me. Is that all right? All right. Laughter becomes you. Today is a celebration of life, and laughter celebrates life better than anything that I can imagine. We all smile and laugh in the same language. Every one of your companies reflects so much diversity in the language you use, how you talk. What brings us together is laughter. It creates a common bond when nothing else will work. And while you're here this weekend to learn and to have fun, you're going to be laughing, but you also need to be connecting with everybody around you so that you can get better and better at that voodoo you do so well and have fun. And having fun starts with two little words, and I'm going to give them here to you. They are, number one, the word bummer. Say it with me. Bummer. When something bad happens, when customer service may not go exactly right, we know how rare that is, you put your hand right here and you say, bummer. Try that. When something good happens, I do this. Woohoo! Try that. Sometimes you just do it in your mind. I mean, when a beautiful woman sits next to me on the airplane, I don't go, woohoo! Not anymore. But I've discovered in my job that I live in a world that is almost totally controlled by people other than myself. And if I can't learn to adapt to deal with that, my head is going to blow up. When I flew out here, the last time I talked to you folks, I flew out of Denver National Airport. How many of you have been to that airport? That airport's been under construction for 20 years. They're going to finish that bad boy in the dark. And I'm trying to find a place to park. I can't find a place to park. That's a what? That's a bummer. I drive past this guy. He's hitting his hands on the dash and yelling because he can't find a place to park. I went past him, 2 cars. Just got past him, a car backed out. Woohoo! Pulled in. For him, bummer. So I walk up the front counter, and the lady at the desk said that my flight was delayed due to Cleveland due to a mechanical. And that's a what? And the guy ahead of me said, I don't care if that plane's broken. I have to go to Cleveland. I don't care if that plane is broken. And he walks off. And I said, I have a different opinion. If the plane is broken, I'm not getting on. And quite frankly, you can't make me. And it made him laugh. And he goes, Mr. Gard, I'm going to upgrade you to first class for free. Woohoo! So I go down through security. There are 9 lanes at either side of Denver National Airport. There's only 2 of them open at any given time. Bummer. I don't get selected for secondary screening. You got to enjoy the journey, people, all right? But I finally get to the plane, and the plane has 2 and 2 seating side by side. I'm in the bulkhead aisle seat, and I noticed when I went to get on, I said, hey, I'm supposed to be in first class. And the flight attendant says there's only 1 class of service on this airplane. That's a cruel hoax, all right? And so I'm sitting here looking over, and this man is wearing pajama bottoms. Now, I don't determine what clothes people wear, but I really wondered what other clothing he bypassed where this was the best uniform of the day, and he wanted a margarita. And he's going, I want a margarita. And flight attendant says, we don't have margaritas. I want a margarita. We don't have margarita. And this goes back and forth. And finally, she hands him a beer. And she's mad. And she looks at me and she goes, and what do you want? And I knew she needed help. And I looked up and I said, do you have Tang? And there's just a millisecond delay and hysterical laughter. And she goes, I don't have Tang. What would your second choice be? And I said, can you make me a milkshake? I don't know what flavors you have. And she said, I don't need milkshakes. What would your third choice be? And I said, I would like a margarita, like that guy. And her head almost burst out from laughing, and then she did laugh. And she told me, Mr. Gard, I don't remember having so much fun on a flight ever. And I told her, I have that same amount of fun on every flight I'm on, and the reason is I do it intentionally. This is what I want to chat with you about to get your minds open up to everything that's going on here is the intentional use of humor with your franchisees and your businesses. It's not about being a comedian. It's finding things that make people laugh and help them do their job they do so well. This is a cubicle crab. This is one of my inventions. When you have crabby people at work, you just go top to top of cubicle. Are we being a little crabby today? I'm looking at you. And I know some of you are saying, Tim, did you bring any more of those? You got to raise your hand to get the free. There you go over here. I brought nothing for sale. I only brought things for free. Is that all right? All right, that one's yours. I also did some work for some folks that needed a few seconds to themselves. I believe with humor we need to refresh and renew. These are called Don't Bug Me glasses. You can put these on. People will leave you alone if only for a few seconds. And I know some of you are saying, Tim, did you bring any more? All right, all the way over here. These are yours forever and ever and ever. It's about having what? Fun. I want you to have fun. And when you look at all the things that are available to have fun, you don't really have to look that far. You turn your head slightly and you can see the world differently. When I was a fraud investigator, I used to arrest people for welfare fraud. But they didn't stay very long, so I had these glasses made. I took two forks and I welded them together. If you put these on and turn your head sideways, you can see what somebody looks like behind bars. And I know some of you are saying, all the way out here. It doesn't take much. Some of you have a mechanic or two that you may want to have to wear these around. It's about having fun. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to give some stuff away throughout the next 2 days. We're going to talk about how to have fun. And I want you to see that we can take literally any stressful situation and turn it around a little bit if we change our comic vision and learn to see things differently. These door keys that all of you have for your hotel rooms are really amazing when they work, right? When they don't, they're a nightmare of nightmare proportions, correct? I was at the MGM Grand Hotel. I walked all the way to my room. How far did I walk? Miles. I finally get to my room. I forgot where I was going. I go to put my key in the door. Light turns green, turn the handle, doesn't work. What do? Pull it out again. Put it in, light turns green, turn the handle, doesn't happen, open the door. Put it in, leave it in, turn the handle, light turns green. Then I don't know why we do this. I don't know the physics of this. So we take, put it in again, turn the handle, try it upside down. I try every combination until finally I look to see if I'm on the right floor, genus, phylum, species. I go all the way back to the front desk, and this young man behind the counter looks at me, and he goes, sir, is your card not working? I said, my card works fine. She goes, let me show you how to operate it. I handed my card, reaches under the counter, pulls out a full-size replica of the door and lock assembly, and says, may I show you how to operate it? Certainly. Operator error, I guess. And sets it down, takes my key, puts my key in this little tiny hole, little tiny green light turns on, little tiny door opens. She actually does this. She raises her eyebrows. And I said, do it again. That's incredible. Do that again. So she puts it in again, door opens again. I said, that's amazing. She goes, why didn't you just show me how you were doing it? I said, yeah, I was just going like this. You know, it's a... You don't have to get mad at every little thing that happens. And we can use humor to refresh and renew ourselves so that these things don't bother us the way we think they maybe should be bothering us. I was in, I'll never forget this, I checked in a hotel, it's about midnight, go to my room, I'm in Miami, it's 100 degrees outside, 100% humidity. I go to check in, open up my door, it's a blast furnace in there, it's so hot, I don't know what to do. I walk in, I pick up the phone to call the front desk to tell them to come up and send up an engineer, and before I can say a word, this young man answers the phone and goes, "Sir, I can't talk to you right now. We had a transformer blow up outside the hotel." And I said, "Is it the Decepticons? Am I in danger here?" And there's this long pause, and he goes, "Sir, it's not transformers, it's just one transformer." And I said, "One could kill us all. Didn't you see that movie?" He said, "What would you like me to do?" I said, "You need to call Optimus Prime. That's what you need to do." I came down the next morning. They comped my room. They gave me a bottle of wine and a note that said, "My staff laughed about this all night long." This is my life. I'm going to have fun, and quite frankly, nobody's going to stop me. And whether it's doing things in the customer experience, like occasionally reaching in my pocket and taking out a couple little chickens and handing it to somebody who just happens to need a couple little chickens. There you go. There's one for each of you. There you go. Share that there. Then that's what I'm going to do. It's not about telling jokes, and it's not about being a comedian. It's about having your employees, your franchisees, the people around you refresh and renew themselves. It's that we look at the same things that we do over and over every day, and we stay current and we stay present. You know, one of the things that I do as a traveler every single day is check into hotels. I do this all the time. And the same thing happens every time. You check in a hotel. What do they say? "What's your name?" "Tim Gard." "Do you have a reservation?" "Yes, I do." Then they say, "Can I see a major credit card?" "Well, I had these made up." "Oh, that's actually there." On the front it says, "This is a major credit card." Then they'll say, "Do you have some other form of ID?" And if you turn it over on the back, it says, "Here is some other form of identification." Now, do they laugh every time they see this? No. I don't care. I can't wait to show it to them. One of the first times I tried it, I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia. It's midnight. I walk up to the counter. "Hi, Tim Gard, checking in." What's the young man say? "What's your name?" It's still Tim Gard. "Do you have a reservation?" "Yes, I do." He said, "Sir, I'm going to need to see a major credit card." I said, "I got one. I was hoping you'd ask, because I got one." And he takes the card and he looks at it and he doesn't know what to do, you know, and he goes, "Sir, I don't know what to do." And I said, "If it were me," this is just me, "if it were me, I would ask for some other form of identification." And he says, "Do you have some other form?" Woohoo! And I have so much fun with them, but I did check into a hotel, and a lady said to me, "What's your name?" Still Tim Gard. And instead of asking me for a reservation, she said, "And how would you like to make payment?" And I said, "Where did that come from?" And she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "That's not what you're supposed to ask." And she said, "What am I supposed to ask?" I said, "I can't tell you, or it's not funny. You just have to ask it." And she goes, "How would you like to make payment?" And I said, "You missed out on a lot of fun, buddy, a lot of fun." So the next place I went, I write new material all the time, and I wrote new material. I check in. "Hi, Tim Gard, checking in. What's your name?" Still Tim Gard. "Do you have a reservation?" "Yes, I do." The young man says, "And how would you like to make payment?" Well, now I'm ready, and I said, "I would like to make payment with tales of glory and adventure. Gather your stuff, and I will tell you a tale to amaze and amuse you. Gather them now, and the tale will follow." And this poor clerk looks at the other clerk and goes, we don't accept tales of adventure." Then with soybeans. In my bag, I have soybeans for everybody. Soybean, soybean. "Do you have a major credit card?" "Oh, yeah." All of the things like this that I'm going to be giving out to you over the next 2 days are designed to have you open your mind up as to what can be, about how you can look at things differently. Humor is simply the combining of ideas that aren't normally, it's not valid till you sign it. Humor is simply the combining of ideas not normally associated with one another. To me, it is at the heart of customer service because we want to surprise and delight everybody around us. We don't want to make fun of anybody, but we want to be able to laugh at ourselves. And as C.W. Metcalf said, laugh not with ridicule, but with objectivity and acceptance of self. I travel the world. I'm going to have fun. Nothing is going to stop me. Even when they lose my luggage, I'm going to put my baggage tag on every bag I have. This was not to be funny. This was to solve a problem. When someone took my bag by mistake and moved it in the overhead, I put a pair of baggage tags on it, my chicken feet, and it stopped happening with people moving it. Now, people grab my bag, get right about here, and just put it back. And when they do decide to search it, and they reach into the bag, I always love this. They say, "May I look in your bag?" Now, seriously, what are my options? Don't look in there. When they look in my bag now, they take this rubber chicken out. They're not even surprised it's a whole rubber chicken. They take him out. And they start to frisk him. Very thoroughly. And they get right about here, flip it over, and when they squeeze, I have tears coming down out of my eyes. The guy says, "It's clear." I didn't even know the proper answer to that. All right. So my baggage, we'll learn more about my baggage as we go. Laughter becomes you if you let it. I'll show you one more slide here. This is me in Australia recently. I'm going to have fun and nobody's going to stop me. I don't care wherever I go, whatever I do, I intentionally seek laughter and humor, and I want the same for you. Are you ready to have your minds opened up for the next 2 days? Are you ready to laugh and have fun? All right then. Laughter becomes you if you let it. All right. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you John DeJulius. John, where are you? I want you to come up here, buddy. Where are you at? Big hand for John. Come on up here. The developer of this particular social media, if you're not onto this application yet, make sure that you do get on it, on Facebook, on Twitter. Get everybody in this room needs to be signed up into this. It'll help your experience 100% as you're going. This is hashtag CXCSS16 Cleveland. Hash that for more. But before you do anything else, get logged into the app. And before we go any further, I want to introduce to you the man who made all this possible, the man that brought everybody here together to laugh and have fun, your friend, my friend, John DeJulius. Take it away, brother.
All right.